This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Freshly, chef-cooked healthy meals delivered to your door. Save $20 off the 6-meal plan for first-time users with code MMA639.
Lord Timepieces, stylish men's and women's watches. Save 10% off with code MMASAVE. Cameron Seafood, get Maryland blue crabs and fresh seafood delivered right to your door. Save $8 off with code MMA16. Get crabs today! Jacked Vapor. Save 15% off the S22 or S17 with code STFKIT15.
Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes with the new peppermint oil bars and shower gel. Use code MMA Nuts for 15% off. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 357.
357!
My name is Ingo Weigel.
Back with the MMA show by MMA fans, for MMA fans. We're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. Going on, Maestro?
Nothing. Staring at this ominous box here.
Ha! What?
Should we wait a while to open these?
Yeah, right before Ask the Nuts.
Okay, cool. I've been waiting patiently. Now it's like, I feel like, mine, is yours moving? I feel like mine's moving.
I don't know.
Okay.
He has a secret box.
We have secret boxes off camera.
Yes.
We shall open this up. Ooh.
Don't do it. Don't peek.
Smoke's going to come out and we're all going to die. We're going to die officially on the podcast.
Only
There's
if
like
we're
poison
alive.
inside. All right. So it was the weekend.
Yeah.
We had some MMA cards.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit went down. One of our favorites fought.
Yeah, it was a little unexpected, huh?
Donald
Cerrone versus Hill. Darren Hill.
Didn't we say who?
Yeah.
And
He's like, fuck everybody. He doesn't know who I am. I'll put my stamp on Mr. Cerrone, who, again, I looked at his record when he headlines a card. He is 2-4 when he's headlining a card. Not so good.
No.
And Till followed the game plan of putting the pressure on early and clipped Cerrone pretty stoutly, broke his nose, and I think that's why Cerrone just went for the cover-up turtle position, and then they got the stoppage in early or later in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But do we need to worry about Cerrone now is the question, because he's lost 3 in a row. I mean, obviously, this fight is kind of a weird one, because I don't know if you just overlook. Is it because he's headlining? I'm not sure. Is Till just a world beater?
Maybe. I mean, he is getting older, Cerrone.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has taken a lot more damage in the last 12 to 18 months than he used to. So it might be just that time in his career now where, you know, it's time to give up the, like, run and gun game. You gotta use your technical ability a little more. I don't know. Because he looked so good at this weight class for so long, and then all of a sudden, it's just kind of... So maybe it's the new crop coming in. They're just too young and hungry and full of athletic ability.
Could be. It's a dangerous fight.
Is he going to come out with the BJ Penn boxing approach next time?
Maybe.
Try to mix it up?
I'm going to go straight up and see how that one works out. Not so well.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough.
I'm sad for him.
I don't know if he was focused, because he was doing a...
Was he smiley? Went out?
No, he just looked like a deer in the headlights in the walkout, and he had Keith Jardine coming out in the background, too.
Ooh,
I haven't seen him in a while.
Did he still have the beard?
Yeah, he did. That's the only reason I could tell. Like,
Crazy
that
eyes.
looks like Jardine. I know that fucker's back there. And during the pre-fight, one of the press conferences, I think a couple days before the fight, Cerrone was talking about getting a massage and saying, "Oh, I was hoping it." He said it was the worst fucking massage I ever got, because this woman was just kind of like barely touching me, and I was wondering if this was going to be one of the rub and tugs. I was getting kind of excited, and it turned out it wasn't one of those. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? You are just not dialed in for this fight.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on with that. And then Till afterwards goes on to call out Mike Perry, who happens to be in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting into a little verbal altercation. Almost turns physical, but that one has violence written all over it. And I know Perry's got a fight coming up, and hopefully they'll scrap afterwards. Because whenever you have 2 young bucks that are willing to throw down,
Fireworks.
or you just get a grapple fist.
Could be. Could be a stand-up chess match.
Maybe. I doubt it, though. I don't feel like those guys are just... Okay, let's just stand and bang it out. See whose chin holds up.
Last man standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's move to Bellator. I don't have anything else to say about UFC.
I'm good.
You do.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
The Bellator 185, we had Heather Hardy losing to Christina Williams in a little bit of a bloodbath.
Yes.
The Christina a little more technical, like the Chris. Kept it in kickboxing range for most of the fight, and then Heather Hardy
took her face off.
thinks she's boxing and just keeps ducking in this shit. So she keeps ducking in the kicks, and well, one of the kicks just blew her nose apart.
Yes.
And a few more punches. Like,
hell.
doctor come in, doctor no go. Like, okay, I remember this. I'll credit to Hardy for wearing the correct attire in said MMA fight. Like, this is what women should be looking like.
Thongs?
There was a thong under. Funny you mentioned that. She did have the spandex shorts on, but there was a thong under it.
Thong, 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 thong.
That's right.
Are you a fan of the thong?
Yes. Credit to the lady for wearing that. You don't see that in UFC. It's very, like...
Why are they wearing underwear at all?
Gives you something to think about. Thinking about stuff, Ingo.
You're always
thinking about these tings, man.
The tings are on your brain?
That's right. And then we had, moving right along, Gegard Mousasi versus Schlemenko. And early in the fight, Schlemenko cracks Mousasi right in his fucking eyeball.
Ouch.
And eye swells up, can't see. Mousasi wins first round. Second round is debatable. Jimmy Smith thought it was Schlemenko. I thought Mr. Mousasi won the second round. Third round was all Schlemenko. But again, the doctor is looking at the eye between rounds. He can't fucking... It's so shut up. He can't see anything. So, like, open your eye. He can't open that fucker. They let him fight anyway.
Wow.
Which is weird.
What was this? What state was this in? Texas?
I think they're on an Indian reservation. Okay. I swear that's 99%
Right on.
all their fights.
My eyes bugging me.
Speaking of eyes.
My eyes.
Did I mace you?
I don't know. My eyes. Since I walked in, my eyes been maybe because I was petting your dog.
Maybe
Probably.
you're allergic. It could be.
Yeah.
So, with the fighters, I mean, Mousasi didn't look great. He got the win. It was controversial. A lot of people thought Schlemenko won. What's going on with, like, UFC fighters going into Bellator?
It's a mixed bag, it seems.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where the success and the failure comes in. I mean, look at Ben Henderson. He was awesome in WEC and the UFC, and he goes to Bellator and he's just dropping eggs, man. This looks terrible. I don't know. What's his face? The Canadian
Roy McDonald.
He's got a fight coming up, yes. And I'm curious what's going to happen with him. Like, how's he going to look? I hope he doesn't look terrible.
He looked great against Daly.
Yeah, so he's due for a goose egg, right?
Well, I'm just wondering, is it these guys are coming in and the Bellator fighters are juiced to the titties, so the UFC fighter is at the disadvantage with their drug levels?
You got to get your levels up.
Right. So maybe they're like hesitant because they've been under this USADA regime for so long that they're afraid to do anything.
Could be. Like, was it the Rogan podcast where they talked to somebody, fighter was on there when he went to Japan? He's like, I fight at 155. You fight 185. Okay?
Yeah.
You do the steroid. Okay, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You get the juiced up in 185.
Yeah. It's got to be clean that night. That's
for
all.
like 2 minutes.
Right.
Just doesn't matter.
May or may not even
have your
test
friend
you.
take a piss for
Right.
you. Okay.
Well, we're not even gonna watch.
I don't think they test
We
very
need
well.
piss in this cup. Okay.
Yes.
Whoever gets there is your choice.
It certainly could be that. I think it's a huge advantage. Obviously, PEDs in general, if you're on or not, and the two guys clash, it's a big advantage. I would say that most Bellator fighters are probably more risky with their PED use than any UFC fighter.
Oh, for sure.
So if they are using PEDs,
because you only have to show up that night to be clean.
Mm-hmm. And over here in Texas, you just pay
Right.
$2,500.
Right, whatever.
Fight anyway.
Fight anyway.
Save my money.
You can take me, but I'm gonna be out for 3 months. I wasn't gonna fight it for 4
exactly.
months. So.
That's my normal training camp. I'm
Mhm.
good, right? Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like I would like to see some guys go over to Bellator and maybe take a small break before they take a fight.
That's what McDonald did.
And
he took close to a year, I think.
Well, he had his whole face rearranged by
a couple times.
Yeah.
Mr. Lawler.
I still remember that. Like,
yeah.
he just looked like death.
Yeah, he could have kept fighting, but his face just gave out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Probably shouldn't take that much damage to the face.
That can't be good. It can't be good for anybody.
Yeah.
So, I don't have anything else for, I think, Bellator
Bellator?
185. Just the other thing for that broadcast is someone posted, someone was sitting in the seats, one of the fans, and apparently they had all these banners up, I think, of all the champions, and the banners were covering up the TV, like the big screen TVs, because, you know, sometimes when you're at a MMA event, you can't see what the fuck's going on depending upon where you're sitting. So you look up at the screen. They couldn't even see the screen because all the banners are hanging.
Horrible.
Because they were just trying to make it look great for television. So whoever was on the opposite side was getting fucked.
That's a bummer.
Or like if you were at some other event and you're press, they put you up against the wall and fucking TV is up against the wall and you can't see what fights are happening.
Anything.
Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Still bitter about this.
I'd like to see what's happening.
I'm with you.
I can't see. Oh, we just had an awesome knockout. I saw it, but I like to see the replay. That's all I'm saying.
You have to, like,
We couldn't even see it.
it's behind us.
Couldn't even see it.
Yep.
Moving right along. What other news you got?
Well, there's a fight announcement. Vitor
right.
Belfort just signed his bout agreement with you.
Is this his last fight? I think it is.
It might be. Versus Hall. Uriah Hall. Who I think has been on a couple fight losing streak. He was the tough, like, super boy.
He's the second coming of Anderson Silva.
Yeah, and then it just kind of fizzled out. So
He doesn't have the killer instincts.
he loves everybody and doesn't want to hurt anybody. That was his big thing. Well, you're in the business of fighting people, so
Fucking people up.
It's hard to not hurt your opponent. I mean, you don't have to. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm curious: is Vitor gonna approach this fight as Stephan Bonner did his last fight?
Where is this fight taking place? If it's in Brazil,
January 14th, it is happening.
he always fights it. It's in Brazil, I'm sure.
It's got to be Brazil.
I would, if I'm him, I'd fucking load it up. Because I guarantee he is not going to be in the UFC after this. He's one of the guys that's been so vocal about the sponsorship shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be out, and I don't see him. He doesn't seem like a Bellator kind of guy. I think he's a Ryzen kind of guy.
Ryzen. Maybe he goes to kickboxing now.
No. He liked the MMA.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be over in Ryzen. He'll be doing something different.
He's going to juice up. Still, my favorite era in MMA has got to be the Vitor Belfort TRT era. He was unstoppable. Remember that?
Well, look how hulked up he was when he fought John Jones, right?
Huge. He was gigantic.
That was
Jones
so
still
fun.
beat him. So,
but he broke his arm or fucked his arm up in that one, right?
Yeah, that was close. Very close. Hyperextended his elbow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, those are glory days. We're never gonna get them. Never gonna get them again.
No, not with this shit going on. Maybe Bellator can reignite some of this chaos.
They need to do a fucking tournament. That's what Bellator needs. Some sort of a tournament. Like we had that Strike Force heavyweight tournament. You got fucking Fedor. Just bring out Tim Sylvia.
Oh, God.
You could get Frank Mir, and they just sign him.
Come on. Fedor and Arlovsky can run.
And then you throw in, is it
Fedor,
Meathead?
Tim Sylvia, Arlovsky, Randy Couture.
You bring him out of Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell at heavyweight.
Yeah.
And then who else? Tito Ortiz.
Okay.
6-man tournament right there. The UFC legends. Well, except Fedor, but
I'm in. I'm
ooh.
Hoist Gracie. Ken Shamrock. Throw those two fuckers into.
Gracie is way too small.
No, it's open weight. Open weight. No rules.
Who wins it?
Did we throw Meathead in there? Because he's the youngest.
Mitrione?
Yeah. I don't know if you can put him in. If you put him in, I think he wins the whole tournament.
Meathead?
Yeah. Out of that crew.
It'd be hard for me
but
to
if you pull him out,
I like Tim Sylvia's chances.
I don't know.
I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know what Couture has at this point.
Randy?
Because he probably just stall everybody out again.
He's been in the movies and stuff, so he's all prettied up.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still got enough. I might put my money on Fedor.
I got to go with Tito Ortiz.
That guy's not going to make it.
No?
I don't know.
I think Fedor unless he fights Fedor first, but I think Fedor gets knocked out early in that tournament.
You put Chael Sonnen in there, too.
You got to have the one guy.
Put Chael Sonnen in the tournament.
There you go.
He ain't going to contend, but I'm just saying, put him in.
What the hell is going on?
I ain't got it. I ain't got it for you. Not thinking about it.
I know you're thinking about it right there.
Tyron Woodley wants to fight the winner of GSP versus Bisping. Do you have any interest in said fight?
No.
How does he fare against each guy?
Well, since we haven't seen GSP, I like his chances better against GSP. I think Bisping's bigger and has better wrestling, perhaps, and more cardio. I think it's a tough one. I think, well, we've seen him game plan Damian Maia very well. So perhaps...
Yeah, and he fought with, like, half a hamstring or whatever, a torn labrum,
I don't know,
an injured groin, a
Sandy
staph
vagina.
infection. And...
He was dead, basically.
Right.
But he still won. I like his chances more so against GSP, I think. That's coming up, is it?
Yeah, it's a couple weeks.
Ooh.
Next week we'll break that down.
Is that coming up in a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's the beginning of November.
That's G. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. November 4th?
Yep.
Sweet. Maybe you can do it at my place. Oh, that'd be cool. Maybe not. We'll see. But I'm so excited to see what happens with the GSP Bisping thing. I have a hard time making my prediction for who's better, what I like more.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I want to say is I don't really like watching Tyron Woodley fight. I'm sorry.
I don't like him at all.
I don't think I like him in general as a sports combatter.
And not racist, just in general.
I don't like his attitude.
But again, so let's count the people you don't like. Let's say
Here we go.
Tyron Woodley, John Jones.
I'm not racist.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh, put me on the spot.
So I'm seeing a trend here.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
What's the trend?
You don't like the black.
Oh,
that sounds racist too.
It's very racist.
That's sorry.
No, I just don't like his attitude. I was
the gays? Is that safe to say?
I didn't like Anderson Silva either. Oh man, maybe I am racist. I don't even know. I'm not racist.
We're finding out all this stuff tonight. Oh my god,
I'm not.
I better move along.
No, it's the attitude.
I know.
Mighty Mouse, I like as a person. I can't stand watching him as a fighter. Tyron Woodley just seems like a big baby to me. I don't know. He's got that.
Yes.
So
it's been well
I think he's very
established.
athletic, and it's can be exciting to watch him fight when he wants to engage.
Right.
Because he had some. Was it Koscheck?
Yeah, remember he like knocking him out 3 times before he even hit the ground.
So
he's like,
he can be exciting. So can John Jones. I just don't like him as a person. So see, this is where the thing. It's either the person or the fighter. It's, if either one, you're
right.
Dead.
You got
in my
nothing.
Book.
Dead. Like Anderson Silva, they should fire that fucker. He was fighting like he did Damian Maia. Fuck that guy.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What else you got?
I had an article, but it's not loading. Okay, so given the whole Kevin Lee issue. They asked a ringside doctor recently about this whole, when is it okay to fight with a staph infection?
Never.
Well, apparently what they do is they like to follow the NCAA wrestling rules on this. So it says that an athlete may compete with a non-MRSA infection if he or she's been treated with an antibiotic for at least 72 hours. There can't be any lesions or fever, fatigue, and no active draining lesions for at least 48 hours. So basically, you can't have visible, but this has happened more than once. I think Damian Maia even fought with a freaking...
Yeah, I don't know if his was treated or untreated. I know for sure Kevin Lee's was untreated because he was not taking antibiotics. And
he also
Rogan
kind
said
of
that.
lied on...
Yeah, he didn't fill it out on the questionnaire, but you could surely see it, like Rogan was saying when he walked out. It's like, that's a fucking staph infection.
Right.
I mean, it was big, and it's on the guy's chest, and you're looking... That's bigger than a 50-cent piece.
Dangerous.
Like a flapjack.
That shit. And not only is he putting the guy he's fighting at risk, but everybody else that fights after him as well.
Well, luckily no one fought after him because they were the main event. But how about the doctors? How about the ref? Anybody that's in there? How about the people, the cleanup crew? I would hope everyone there is wearing some kind of protection, bleaching the shit out of all that.
Super contagious.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like that kind of disease is what's going to fuck us up next. Like, you had, like, AIDS in the 80s and shit. Like, it's going to be some form of, like, staph. Some kind of...
Like face AIDS.
Untreatable, like, infection like that. Yeah. Whoa.
No one's going to get that one, but anyway.
It's all good. He's going for it tonight.
I am. I'm mixing it up. I'm going with these Crispin Pacific pears.
Sponsored by Crispin.
No, maybe.
No.
Not yet. Paulie Malignaggi says the Conor McGregor negotiations are underway. Is this the next fight for McGregor?
I'm not that interested in that. Is it a boxing match?
Yeah.
Nah.
Does that fight sell more pay-per-views than anything Conor does in the UFC?
No, because if they do the Nick Diaz fight, I think
that does more.
Yeah, I would say so.
I don't know.
Don't you think?
If he did, let's just call it 5 with Mayweather in boxing, I think this Paulie fight does half of that. 2.5? 2.5, 3. He's just trying to mash it. Sure, that sounded awesome for the fan.
Jam that right in there. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that. I don't care. They already boxed in sparring, and you know what's going to be funny is this dude probably knocked Conor McGregor out because he's pissed off at him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, see, that's the angle I think it sells on, is just from all the bad blood from the stupid sparring match they had, right?
Yeah.
I don't really want to watch it. I don't want to watch McGregor box ever again. I think he needs to get back to UFC.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough because that money is so juicy in boxing.
Hell yeah.
So juicy. Dana White was saying adding divisions won't help UFC's weight cutting issues.
Why not?
I don't know. Why do you think, or what do you think about this?
You know, I think initially it will. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I think initially it works, and then over time it'll just go back to the same shit they're doing now. I think that the weight cutting in general is just one of those things where the fighters try to get any advantage they can, even though it's been proven that actually causes you to perform at a lower level than if you just stayed near your weight, your actual weight.
Mm-hmm.
Not cut 30 friggin' pounds like the week of.
Or the day before.
Or whatever, yeah. So, and not to mention it's much safer for you long term, you know, so there's that whole aspect too. But yeah, I think he's right. I think they just go back and this will be the same crap. Same shit.
I read an article the other day. It said KFC is following 11 people on Twitter.
KFC, the food?
Yeah. Because I guess they have a secret recipe with 11 herbs and spices, so they're following the 5 Spice Girls and 6 random herbs.
Okay.
And it's funny because one of the herbs is Herb Dean.
Ah!
I saw that. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then Herb found out, and he tweeted out, he says, my commitment to be one of the 11 herbs and spices has never been stronger.
Wow.
I will continue to do all I can to promote flavor. Like,
Wow.
Nice. I like to see herb having a little flavor.
Is that the actual KFC?
Yes.
Wow. Good marketing
Funny.
play.
And then he has all the 5 Spice Girls. I don't know if I put that picture in here. It's like, which spice would you pick? I don't have it in here.
Oh, I have to Google. Carry on with your next
I like
story.
the redheaded spice.
Ginger spice?
Mm-hmm. I think that's my choice.
The red?
Yes.
Do you like them gingers?
Not always, but in the case of a Spice Girl,
Here we go.
I'm choosing that one.
The redhead?
Thick.
A tough one. I think I gotta go with the brunette.
I think that's sporty. I think
It's
that
a
was
toss-up
posh.
between these two, posh and sport. How do you know this, Matt? Oh, he's
Fucking smart.
he's smart.
Oh, tell me what you want. What you
gonna
really,
say
really
that
want.
The blonde is already ready to go in this picture, so it's
Yeah.
like you could just. She's just. I wonder if she was like, I would
They
like
got
to.
balls in their hands.
I would like to take a picture that makes me look like I'm a blow-up doll. Can I? How do I make that pucker face, please?
Oh, you know how to make it.
Yes, I do, Matt. Apparently so does she. Let me see. They're older in that picture. You're a ginger kind. Oh, this is. There you go. That's more young.
See, in that picture, I like the blonde.
See, you like those crazy '80s pigtail thingies?
No reason. Moving right along. Nothing to see here.
She might be the shortest one, actually. The blonde.
You got any other news?
I do not.
Before you get sidetracked?
I'm distracted.
I know.
I'm looking at
Where's my laser pointer?
booty. Like, here, look at these hot girls. What?
So Dana White is fighting a good fight for CTE. He tweeted this out. Someone was questioning the heart, I guess, of one of the fighters, or said something. He didn't take it kindly, so he says, "Shut the fuck up, you pussies. The kid just put on an unbelievable performance against a fucking legend and badass motherfucker, Cowboy Cerrone. When fighters step in, they win or lose. Cowboy, who's been on both sides, has showed total class as usual, and praise Darren Till. You people on social media are the biggest crying fucking pussies I've ever seen. I love Cowboy. He fought and lost tonight. It happens, so shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Said it twice?
No, I had that.
Okay.
I like to say things twice.
For dramatic effect.
Damn right.
Okay.
So when you look at the head of other sports, you have Dana White who does this kind of stuff. Is he a good thing for our sport?
I think he's drunk. It sounds
He's got
drunk
CTE.
and
That's what it
belligerent.
is.
Fuck you.
I have $400 million. Fuck you.
I don't know. I wonder sometimes it's really him or he just hires like a 12-year-old.
No, it's him.
Say some derogatory shit, please. Yeah, I don't know. Is it good or bad? I think
for our sport, because you look at who is it for football, Roger Goodell or some of these other guys that are just so straight and narrow, and they're worried about football celebrations and balls being overinflated, deflated, whatever. Who gives a shit? I think I like crazy as the head of
I'm
our
with
sport.
you on the
You
crazy.
know?
They don't call
It's
the
flavor.
NFL the no fun league for no reason.
Right.
So, no, I'm okay with it. I mean, he's just being real. Whatever.
It's like Herb Dean. He's representing flavor, man.
Mhm. Leave it.
That's what we need.
The bald-headed man's got some spunk.
That's true. Then Michael Venom Page, he had a fucking boxing match over the weekend.
Whoa.
And he had a pretty sweet knockout TKO win. I'm going to try to pull up here sooner rather than later.
Right.
Because my internets are not so great.
Why not?
Well, on the computer here, because I'm running XP on this sweet netbook from fucking 1990 or whatever it is.
How about in this picture?
Like the redhead in that one. Pulled down, Ingo, can't show.
Oh, no.
But anyway, he clips the guy against the ropes. Guy falls down. Ref rubs him off the cage, or the ropes, throws him away. Anyway, moving right along.
Fight's over, huh?
Yep. Look good. All right, let's move the ass nuts. Moving right along. Breakneck speeds. Do you think the UFC will ever become a mainstream sport? As I was asked this weekend.
Was that a question that came up?
Yeah. Nick asked.
I don't think so.
Why?
Why is a great question. Well, here's the thing. I think they had a chance before they went all corporate because it would be different enough where I don't think the road for them is to make this like vanilla as a lot of the other sports are. I think the road would have been to do more like of a NASCAR thing, keep it on the edge a little more, and that could have been something that drove it more towards the mainstream in general. But I think the
Redneck and Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah, right. Something like that. So they find a niche, if you want to be technical, or niche, as some people call it. Whatever, yeah. In that space, versus right now, I think it's too like just in the middle. There's no.
Well, that's the flavor of the broadcast, right? It's gray prison, gray, no fun, blah blah, and like adding on to your point, I think the bigger thing is because we don't adhere to any kind of rankings, right?
Oh,
you give out interim belts left and right. You don't have personalities, right? We're like losing everybody. Like, we don't have a Conor McGregor. We kind of do. You don't. Ronda Rousey, John Jones, the Diaz's. Who's your stars? Like, how do you build a sport, and then how do you make it mainstream? And I think the biggest point is you don't adhere to rankings. You have you don't have 2 fighting 1 all the time. You have 1 fighting 7. Michael Bisping fighting fucking Dan Henderson for the title. Like, how can you consider yourself a legitimate sport if you keep doing that?
I think the only way it actually works is if all of MMA decides to unite and they create some sort of a master belt or something where all the organizations fight for the top belt, like a Bellator versus UFC thing, where it's known who's the best, and each weight division, whether they fight for anywhere, that could work, maybe. I don't know.
It's never gonna happen though, because there's no way the UFC is gonna align with anybody else.
No.
And I think you can have separate organizations if you have like the National Football League, and then you have Canadian football, right?
Yes. Does anyone
I don't
watch
know.
Canadian football?
I don't know.
Who watches that?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it's a sport anymore.
Canadians don't even watch Canadian football.
That's
Why
true.
do they play football in Canada? I don't know. But okay.
There's
It's a hockey
tier.
country.
Right.
They watch hockey.
So at the end of the day, I don't think it's ever going to get there. And I don't think there's any amount of time. And it's probably even going to be worse with the new ownership because it's all about the dollar right now. So it's more freak show fights, which from a fan standpoint, I think I prefer that rather than belts and titles. I just want to see the fun fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't always want to adhere to rankings. The only time I wanted to was when we wanted Damian Maia to get the title shot.
Yes.
That's when I could adhere to rankings.
Only when it suits us.
Right. Any other way? No way.
No.
Will not become a mainstream sport. If we did an all-drug open weight tournament, who would win?
Vitor Belfort. No. All drug?
Yes. You can take all the steroids you want, orally and or rectally.
Are we
everybody,
including John Jones in this?
Yes.
I think he would probably win.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 Like, fuck. Who else would be super good with all the steroids?
All the steroids? Cain Velasquez.
I don't know. Stipe would be a tough fight.
Mark Hunt. Steroided up.
Yeah, no weight class, right? So he doesn't have to cut.
No. That'd be brutal. Brock Lesnar? No.
No. He doesn't like to get punched.
Right.
It'd have to be. You got to be like 205 or heavier.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see a 185 or. Yeah, no. Luke Rockhold can't do it. Cormier.
Mm-hmm.
Cormier. He's proved himself in the heavyweight tournament. As long as there's no John Jones.
I was gonna say,
Cormier, I think, is my bet.
Jones?
I think I'll go John Jones and then Cormier.
Okay.
Barstool Sports tweeted this one out. They said a high school football coach tells his players to make fun of the opponent's lesbian mothers and ask, "Who's your daddy?" Is that all right to say? Can you do that?
How do they know this? This has actually happened?
Yeah, there's some article. I didn't read it. I'm just saying that.
Is it okay to do that? Lesbian mother, who's your daddy? I don't know. Seems a little.
At the high school level, maybe not. I think at the college level, totally acceptable.
Yeah. High school level.
Reminds me of Slapshot.
Yeah.
Because the one guy, the goalie on the opposite team, his wife was a lesbian.
Ah.
So they kept harassing the goalie. Like, your wife's a lesbian. She's a dyke. She loves pussy. And then finally the goalie like drops the gloves and comes after him and gets into a fight and then gets thrown out of the game. And then their team goes on to fucking light him up.
There you go.
Like, that's bullshit.
That's a good way to do it.
So.
Or I think it was Major League, where he's the catcher is talking to the batter and he's like, "How's your wife and my kids?"
Yeah. What? I don't think this one's got the distance there.
Yeah.
All about distracting.
Yeah.
Staying in the game.
That's right. Yeah, that's a little much at the high school level.
A little much. Yeah, because that's where you're still teaching.
Yeah.
I feel even at the college level, it may be a little young, but I feel you're at least mature enough to understand what you're saying. In high school, you don't have a fucking clue. So.
Right.
And I have a problem with that. And Nick Diaz hasn't fought since January 31st of 2015. It's almost 3 years ago. He's 34 years old. When is he going to fight again? Where are we at?
I think he fights early in 2018.
Is there a GSP rematch in his future? I mean, I don't know where to go with the Nick if he comes back. I almost think he's retired. But you would imagine. I haven't checked the USADA website to see if he's still getting drug tested, but I just feel like it's the biggest waste of talent right now.
Too bad, yeah. Well, maybe I could see a GSP matchup. Who else would he fight?
Bisping.
That's a stretch though. You think?
Yeah.
Coming off.
I mean, do I put him at 170 or 185? I think you have to do both. He's gonna be a little undersized at 85.
Yeah, he could fight Bisping, but I mean, coming off that long of a layoff to fight if Bisping still has the belt, that seems like a kind of.
Because you don't want to put him against Woodley.
No.
Woodley will game plan him to death. Damian Maia.
Run back Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh,
I'd be okay with that.
He never fought Damian Maia, did he?
No.
That would be
That'd be fun because I would like to see those fuckers go at it on the ground.
Be like, hey, no stand up.
Right. Let's just
They
roll.
both just pull guards.
No, you get in my guard. No, you get in mine.
Yeah. I believe Damian would get in his guard, no problem.
Sure.
He'd like that. Like, okay, you want to play? Let's play.
It's all good. Jaron Christensen asks, what's the main reason for Cowboy's 3-fight skid?
I think you alluded to it. It's a mental block, apparently, with him in main card fights, headlining fights, fights that go for the belt, fights that are close to achieving some goal. There's a lot of things. I think that's mentally is probably the biggest one. He's always had issues with that.
And I think it's headlining, and not like this fight was close to a title shot, but it's like that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Corey Larkins asks, who do you want to see more, McGregor versus Ferguson or him versus Diaz?
Him as in McGregor?
Yeah.
Diaz.
Of course. I said it 100 times, Ingo. I'll pay you $100 every time. I know those fuckers are going to fight. Ferguson, I don't know what I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm.
He may just take down McGregor and vaporize him or something.
Vaporize
for
him.
all I know.
I'll smoke up some Irish ganja.
It's fucking 10th planet
Does that
shit.
exist? Irish ganja?
Something. And then Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time. Pound sign Nuts Rule. Pound sign Matt Rave Train. Pound sign Ingo Sugar Daddy. Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets or die in 50 years with many regrets?
20.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. Depends how crazy I'm going to get.
I don't know.
Like 2 chicks at the same time crazy? No regret.
2.5.
2.5. Ooh. Is that like...
Yeah.
Wait.
Say it.
I don't want to say it. Is she like missing limbs?
No.
Is that what's happening?
She's a little person.
Oh.
See, I use the right terminology.
A little person. You're so... Oh, I see how it is. You're all politically correct over here, and you throw me under the bus with this black comment earlier. This is like being...
What?
Hanging me out there.
Would you rather relive the same day for 365 days or lose a year of your life?
Oh, do I get to pick the day?
It depends what the day is, because I would take that day sometimes.
I've had a couple of pretty good days. I might take the day.
I might take the day. And I don't know if it gets old, though. Would it ever get old? I don't think it could.
Depends on the day, Matt.
Yeah, it depends on the day. You choose. What do you think of this list of fighters that I made? Do you think that with these conditions, they would be unbeatable? It's got number 10, Budweiser Cerrone.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Horsemeat Overeem. 8, Full Camp Mendez. 7, Don't Get Kneed Weidman. 6, Not Angry Aldo. 5, Backpack Maya. 4, Head Movement Ronda. 3, Efficient Connor. 2, Sea Level Kane. And 1, TRT Belfort.
Oh, it's...
Honorable mention, Motivated BJ Penn. Dark Side GSP. Healthy Brock.
Oh, Motivated PJ Penn. It's unstoppable. I told you this, people. It's the best one. Unstoppable. Right. Second best would be definitely Vitor Belfort, TRT. Unstoppable. The things that man was doing, dude, he was doing shit later in his career he never did ever. He's spinning kicks and all kind. Remember that? He's going bananas. Oh, yeah. Like, what the hell's happening here? This guy is like TRT'd up to the gills. He had veins like in his veins.
That's right. Like, who has veins on top of their veins?
That's crazy.
Like a cock vein on every vein.
He was just yoked. That was still my. I mean, was it a 3-4 fight? Yeah. Oh, it's the best. Bring the era back, Matt. Can you make
I want to. Fuck this USADA. Someone needs to put them out of business permanently.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. WWE Asian edition. All right.
I thought you were gonna say Spice Girls.
We have Asuka.
Oh, Jesus.
That was kind of scary.
She's a pretty... That might be... She's probably pretty...
She fucks. And then we have Kairi Sane somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, it's got a nice face. She got... Ooh, I don't see the booty.
And then Gail Kim.
She's too boring. You gotta have to kill her. She's boring. Maybe I gotta marry the second one. She's a little less...
I'm with you.
Butch looking. The first one, we gotta see what happens with that. She looks dangerous.
Fuck that.
You like the gingers too. Yeah, we're gonna see. You might get a little bruised up, a little banged up.
All right with this.
Things might happen, Matt.
Body starts slapping.
Uh-huh.
Move right along. Trying to, Ingo. Sometimes things don't want to move.
Maybe
Knowledge, I
now.
have a couple things for you.
Yeah. More spice.
So
Girls?
Zombie Prophet, a while ago, I tweeted this one out. Hopefully this one will show up because fucking the self-defense technique that we're going to need to learn here.
Quit fighting and wait for your chance. Then bite off his penis. I know this is shocking, but if you want to survive, you'll
Why is
consider
his
this a
penis out?
serious defense
Oh,
technique.
Jesus Christ. Bite off his penis.
Yeah, someone was saying, oh, I look like Ray Longo. Is this his self-defense technique?
Is this in case somebody's trying to put their penis in your mouth?
Right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Nice.
So you got that going on.
I like it. That blonde was like, I'll bite that penis right off.
I don't know. She took it like a champ.
You did.
And then I saw this chick the other day. Well, I didn't see it, but it was on the internet.
Come on.
Hello.
Oh, damn. She's throwing knives?
Yeah. Notice how she's actually catching them by the blades, too. So I'm guessing they're not quite sharp. Fuck me.
Wow. She's pretty
You ever
talented.
tried juggling knives and/or
No, I
swords?
can't even juggle balls.
Oh, I bet you can.
I can't juggle no balls. Only on my face, man. Wow.
Look at this
Where's
shit.
this, Jamaica or something? It's got some weird writing on the
yeah.
billboards.
They have gyros.
Super Guidos. This looks like,
She's wearing a thong, by the way?
oh no. That's a lot of women though, Matt.
You can handle it.
I don't know about that. Get swallowed up in there. That's pretty crazy.
It's all
I
good.
always find the weird shit on the webs.
I need a chick who uses a machete to cut through red tape. Oh,
Okay.
as Cake would tell me.
That's in their song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Short skirt, long jacket.
That's it.
Any other knowledge?
No.
Shut down.
That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.